How's it going? This is David Blade Banter, working to bring you specifications you can relate to. Today we're checking out a knife from Civivi. It's called the Typhoeus. So this is actually a transformers of a knife. So it actually goes from this orientation, which is a push dagger, and then it goes over to a regular knife orientation. So you're going to have it like this. It does have a belt location. So this fits, like I have a groove life belt, fits right in there. Some of the times these are a little bit too small. This one works just fine. It does have also quite a bit of leather material on the side, so you're not worried about cutting through that side of the sheath when you're putting the knife in or taking it out, so that makes it nice as well. Has a snap closed. And then so this is going to be the knife in the push dagger orientation, so it's going to be fairly useful for that. When you do have it in this position, so pushing down, it's not going to have it's basically locked, so the mechanism or the bars are locked in at this point, but if you were to hit the bottom of it, so then you do have some movement there. So if you did push down on something, then it's possible that you could hurt your pointer finger here, because it kind of becomes a stop. You are going to be locking in with your thumb as well, but it's just something that just to be mindful of. You still can really convert it easily, so just move your finger out of the way and then push it over. This one's going to be the one that's with the Damascus blade. So these range from anywhere from $63 all the way up to, if you go to the Wii variant, you're going to hit up to about $300. But the Civivi side goes up to $114.75. That's going to be this variant with that Damascus. So it's a very handsome looking product. As far as the usefulness of it, it's going to be a little bit smaller, so you can see kind of in a hand size. So men's hand size as far as what this is going to be. So if you have different glove sizes, you can kind of get an idea of that. Women's and younger or kids sizes as far as what that's going to be. And then when you actually do convert it over, so this is going to be, so I have a large size hand, but then also with probably skinnier fingers. So that's where you're going to have this type of orientation to really lock that in. I find the conversion side is pretty simple as far as I push down and over and then lock it in, and then this side is going to be kind of to push it over this way and get your finger out of the way. But it's cool, but as far as usefulness, as far as something that I would carry all the time, I don't think this is going to be something that I would carry. It's something that I like mechanisms, I like little cool things, so this is going to be kind of an interesting little design, but push down on it, it opens up. So these are kind of the older style of things, so just something to just kind of have around, fidget with, but this actually pushes the piece of metal, so it basically spreads this out. So when you push down on it, push that, it actually opens it up, and you're able to flip it around. It does come with this one does have like a really ugly clip that comes with it, so I did take that off so I can rotate it either way, so if I want to mess around with it. But this is just kind of a cool little thing, and I think that's kind of where the Typhoeus, granted, if you have that type of use, this might be a great thing for you. For me, I don't really have a lot of push daggers. It's not really a tactical type of world that I live in, but this would be useful in that orientation. So if you're going to, because that's how it is going to be when you're carrying it, so it's going to be in the push dagger orientation. So when you take it out, and then if you want to cut something, you can push it over and cut something, and then you have to convert it back and then put it away. So as far as the use of it, it's okay. It's not going to be something that I really love or anything like that, but for the price point of this, I mean, you could get almost to an OTF for use-wise. I think that's going to be more useful, but we'll see on sizing as well. So we have that one, and then let's throw in a bug out just for sizing as far as how that's going to be. So the actual grip area is going to be basically about the same, because you're going to have that big old choil on the front side of it. That's where your finger can go. It also acts as that locking mechanism, and then you can have it pretty much the same grip length as a bug out. So that's actually not too bad at all as far as the sizing. So you have also just thrown up here. So there's the Aries, the Orion knives, and then since I talked about it, we have the Kershaw live wire. I don't think you can find the Wii variant anymore, so you're going to have the Civivi side now with the G10 6375, all the way up to that Damascus 114. You have also $94. You also do have it on Amazon, so this is available for a little bit less as well. So I'm not too sure if they're going to have any sales for Black Friday, but the same one is $101.25 on the website, and then there's 9 available, so if you did want to pick that up. So this is on Amazon side of business. So again, cool thing. It's okay, it's nice, but it's like not something that I think I personally would jump on. It's something that if I had it, I would play with it a little bit, put it away, but as far as carrying it, not really for me. But we also look at it underneath the microscope. You can kind of see that pattern, so that different material. For their Damascus, I'm not too sure what they utilize for that pattern, but you do get a nice pattern in there, and then it's going to be aluminum anodized, and then it's kind of like a 2-bar system, so similar to the Civivi Provoke in a way. I don't know, CRKT Provoke. So it just has a similar mechanism because it's basically 2 pivot points. So you have this pivot point and that pivot point, and then those 2, and then so it kind of rotates over. So the mechanism side, I think, is somewhat similar to Provoke, but it doesn't lock, and it also doesn't fold all the way flat. So that's where it's an interesting thing. It's innovative, but also some of the same. So it's a good job to see Civivi and WeKnife for doing the design work on this one. So it's an in-house design. So this isn't from an external designer, but I had fun with it. But let me know as far as what you guys think about it, if you have one, if you do like it, do you use it, what the use is for it. But I poked it through some boxes. It worked well. Cutting worked well. So as far as the use of what it does, I think it does what you want it to. It's just probably something I wouldn't carry just because it has that sheath, and I don't carry a lot of things on my belt line. It's more of in the pocket. But let me know if this was actually true. Actually, with the if they had an update with it in pocket, that actually might be a good way with a pocket clip. And then if you want to convert over, but it kind of goes away from, you kind of want it ready to go if you're going to want to carry it for a tactical setting. So I think most people will probably use it for cutting. So if you had it for cutting, and you can put it in this way and then pop it out and then convert it over if you need to, because you could even do a 2-hand conversion and then have it ready to go if you do need it for a tactical purpose. So I think that would be the only change I would have to make it more popular, at least for me to consider carrying it. But do thank you to Civivi for sending it along to check out, and let me know if you have anything in the comments.